Our programs are designed to support real lasting behavioral change across your organization by creating shared understanding, reinforcing accountability and responsibility, aligning behaviors in practice and addressing consequences of actions. This is what a typical company looks like: management and workforce, with a clear division between the two. It is one organization, but not one shared understanding. Management sets standards and expectations aligned with CDM, BSI Flex, and Green Skills, the standards arising from the work, defining what good looks like and how it should be delivered. The workforce are expected to meet those standards every day. But here's the problem. Companies have no choice. They must meet these standards, demonstrate compliance, and deliver consistently. Yet much of the workforce may not fully understand them, may not recognize what is expected in practice, and may not see the consequences of getting it wrong. So how can a company achieve compliance, or even work towards it, when there is no shared understanding? That gap between expectation and understanding is where risk is created. So, how do organizations move from mixed interpretation to alignment? SSSTA Training Academy recognizes there is only one way to achieve this. Everyone must be working from the same information. Not different courses for different roles. Not different messages for different levels. Because the moment the information changes, the understanding changes, and alignment is lost. The entire workforce must learn the same core content, delivered in a way that is accessible and relevant to different levels, so everyone can understand it, apply it, and take responsibility for it. That is how shared understanding is created. Without shared understanding, alignment and progression are impossible. Regardless of starting point, your entire workforce must be brought to the same level of understanding. Whether your people are new to construction, developing their skills, experienced, working on site or in the office, every individual has a responsibility. Because every role within your organization contributes. The decisions your people make and the actions they take have a direct impact on their team, on your projects, and on your business as a whole. Different entry points, but one shared standard across your organization. This is how you move from mixed understanding to aligned thinking. Every organization has a view of what good looks like. The question is, does everyone in your organization understand it in the same way? What good looks like is not just the task. It's the behaviors, the decisions, the standards, and the accountability that sit behind it. If your workforce do not clearly understand what good looks like in practice, they cannot consistently deliver it. And if expectations are delivered as instruction or lecture, rather than discussed, explored, and understood, they are far less likely to be applied. Demand without explanation does not create understanding. And without understanding, consistency is lost. So how are you making sure that your expectations are not just set, but understood, applied, and reinforced across your organization? This starts with the course. It brings your workforce together, introduces the same core information, and establishes a shared understanding of what good looks like. But a course on its own is only the starting point. Without reinforcement, discussion, and application over time, that understanding will not embed, and it will not translate into consistent behavior. That is why it moves into a 12-month structured program. Each session reinforces expectations, behaviors, and accountability over time, not just knowledge. This is how understanding becomes consistent practice. And this is how consistency is built across your organization. When we were designing these, we realized something really important. How these sessions are delivered makes all the difference to whether they have any real, lasting impact. That's why they're not training, and they're not lectures. They are structured, facilitated discussions focused on behavior, responsibility, and accountability in real working environments. They're designed to be inclusive, giving your people the space to talk, share, question, and reflect on how this applies to what they actually do. And to get that level of discussion, time matters. That's why we recommend a minimum of 2 hours per session, so the conversation can develop properly and deliver the outcome you need. All sessions are carefully mapped to the course modules and content, reinforcing the same core messages, standards, and expectations throughout. This is what builds clarity, consistency, and shared understanding across your organization. Each session captures data and feedback, and this is critical. It's not just about delivering the sessions, it's about knowing they're working. Feedback is collected from both the facilitator and the participants, and it's anonymous. This gives you a true, honest picture of what's happening in the room. It also supports the facilitator. What feels like discussion may be experienced as instruction. By capturing both perspectives, you can track understanding, behavior, and delivery as you go, not at the end. We use AI to turn this into clear, usable insight. This keeps expectations visible, measurable, and on track throughout the program. Over time, the program reinforces what good looks like in practice. Each session builds on the last, linking actions to consequences and strengthening understanding across your organization. Month by month, you begin to see improvements, individual by individual, creating a ripple effect across teams, projects, and the wider organization. Every session captures data and feedback, giving you a clear view of what is improving and where further focus is needed. By the end of the 12 months, you have a full, clear, measurable and evidence-based evaluation. And the value is clear. Stronger alignment brings more consistent behaviors and reduced risk across your organization. And remember, not all risk is technical. Many issues, delays, and costs, including contingency spend, are driven by behaviors and decisions. So when your workforce has a shared understanding, those risks are reduced. Fewer issues. Better decisions. More consistent delivery. This is how you move from reactive to proactive management. Think about it. If there is no shared understanding, how can you expect improvement? The same behaviors will continue to drive the same risks, the same issues, and the same outcomes. Yet you are expected to meet increasing standards, deliver consistently, and demonstrate compliance. But without a shared understanding across your workforce, those expectations are difficult to achieve. So now is the time to invest in something that will make a measurable difference to your people, your performance, and your outcomes, while strengthening and protecting your business, your clients, and everything your organization is responsible for.